We've been waking up to this gorgeous view every day for a whole month, and I'm still not tired of it. We'll be honest, we originally came to the Albanian Riviera just to chase the sun during chilly November. But what we found here was so much more than we expected.
We've had a gorgeous apartment that comes with million-dollar views. We've had the entire region to explore, hiking along the coastline, historic villages, ancient ruins. It's been a luxury experience at a surprisingly affordable price.
As full-time travelers, we're always looking to get great value from each destination. You guys know that even though we aren't budget travelers, we are budget-minded, and we love it when our money goes a long way.
So there are a lot of places in Southern Europe that we could have gone to chase the sun. And spoiler alert, we will be visiting some of these over the winter. But there are very few warm, sunny places that are as affordable as what you'll find on the Albanian Riviera.
So we're at the end of our month here in the city of Sarande, and this is the time when we look back at our experiences, where we stayed, what we did, where we ate, and we put a price tag on it. How much did we spend? What did we get for it?
But before we get into it, a big hello to all you nomads and adventurers from Sarande, Albania. If you're new around here, I'm Stephanie, this is Gillian. We quit work to travel full time, and we're here to bring a little more freedom into your life.
So we were sure that our budget would go pretty far here on the coast of Albania. But what would the experience be like? It's November, the tourist season is over. The beaches are empty. Would anything be open for us to enjoy? Would it all be a little too quiet? Well, it has been pretty quiet here in the city of Sarande. Of course, the locals are out and about, but the town still feels kind of closed down for the season. But there's actually lots to do in the region, and Sarande is a great jumping off point. In fact, two of Albania's most epic sites are an easy day trip from Sarande. There's Gjirokaster, a beautifully preserved city from the Ottoman era. We had an amazing day there, touring the old town and checking out the castle. Well, this is definitely the best view of Gjirokaster you're gonna get. Up the hill, we can see all the Ottoman mansions from the 17th and 18th century, and then spilling down into Old Town with those stone roofs. What a stunning view with the mountains in the background. And then there's Albania's most significant archaeological site. Butrint was an ancient Roman city that's now a set of very impressive ruins in a lovely park.
Since it's us, you know that we love hiking, and it really wasn't hard to get our fill of hiking on the gorgeous coastline. The whole Albanian Riviera is just dotted with beaches and little towns, and hiking between them makes for a great day out. And in just a few minutes away from Sarande, we were able to get to the local castle, which offers a great view of the whole region, and also Finiq Archeological Park, which is much smaller than Butrint, but it still made a great morning walk with the dogs.
All these excursions had one thing in common. We needed some form of transportation to get there. Now, it is possible to get around using the informal bus system, but in the low season, there are fewer buses and it takes a lot of time and patience to get around that way. So the thing that made all these day trips easy and convenient for us was renting a car for the entire month. We loved the freedom of just being able to jump in the car and be on a beautiful hike completely surrounded by nature in 5 minutes. Of course, renting a car for a whole month isn't cheap, even in Albania, and we'll take you through all of the costs at the end of the video.
And that brings us to one of our favorite parts of travel, which is dining out. So we will level with you. If we were visiting in September or even October, there would be lots of restaurants to choose from. But we arrived in late October, and right away we saw that most of the restaurants were actually shutting down for the season. So what's left are the restaurants that serve locals. So the food is good, but honestly the menus are kind of very similar. There's a lot of grilled fish and fried fish and pasta and risotto. And that's that Italian influence, just like we saw back in Tirana. Now, we did have a few favorites. We really enjoyed this restaurant right here for its grilled fish and the general ambiance. We also found a great spot just 5 minutes out of town with a spectacular view of the mountains. So this one served up a lot of very classic Albanian dishes like chicken baked in rice, baked cheese, and roasted veggies.
Another favorite was a place that we found during our day trip to Gjirokaster. They also served up Albanian classics, but these ones had a Greek influence, like moussaka. We saw more of that Greek influence back in town at our favorite spot for casual eats. They make a great souvlaki with fries, just like we had when we were visiting Greece last year.
So good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, since we weren't dining out as much as we did back in Tirana, we did a lot more cooking at home. Sometimes we do like the locals do and go to our neighborhood fishmonger who actually cooks the fish right up there for you. Now, this is a service that we've never seen in any other country, and if you have them, let us know in the comments. We're so curious. Anyway, we would buy a grilled fish, maybe some calamari, add a salad, and call it dinner. Otherwise, a typical dinner at home makes the most of whatever's available locally. So we might make a ratatouille and pair it with some chicken breast and polenta, or we'd make a potato salad with olives and capers and have it with burgers and salad.
Wow, this looks really amazing. I'm ready to dig in. Saving the best for last, now it's time to finally take a look inside our apartment. Although you guys who saw our first day in Sarande video have already had a sneak peek. So one of the challenges with these types of seaside resort towns is that the apartments that are available for rent are basically designed for short holidays. They aren't really equipped or even that comfortable for long stays like a month or two. So that means that we had to look pretty hard to find a place that we were really excited about calling home for a month. Knowing that it was going to be a pretty quiet month on the coast, we decided to splurge. We got a really nice place with a really amazing view. So let's go inside and take a look. Here we go. So let's start by talking about what makes the inside of this apartment so amazing. The living room is really spacious. It's light and bright in here, and we've got these great couches, so there's room for all four of us, 2 humans and 2 dogs. The kitchen has been really beautifully designed. Okay, it might be lacking a few appliances that I do appreciate, like a dishwasher and also an oven, which has led to some very creative cooking. But otherwise, it has everything that we need, and it's totally free of clutter, which you know I love. They've done a really nice job with the color scheme. So there's lots of green in here as the accent color. We've got this little cactus garden over here, and then just loads of these fake IKEA plants, which actually I don't mind at all. The bedroom is amazing. Not only is the bed extremely comfortable, but the whole room has been very pleasantly designed, and there is just a ton of storage space. So of course the interior is amazing, but what makes this apartment so great is actually what's on the outside. It has this incredible spacious balcony. It gives us an amazing view of the entire town. So it's just the perfect place to start the day with a cup of coffee or maybe end it with a glass of wine.
So Sarande, it's not a very well-known destination yet. It's extremely popular with Albanians, but it hasn't quite found its way onto the tourist map. What that means is that there's amazing value available here. You can buy a lot of luxury, that $1 million view of the sea, very affordable dining out, and lots of great outdoor activities. And it won't break the bank.
All right, time for everyone's favorite part of our cost of living videos. Let's see what the damage was for a month of luxury living here in Sarande. So entertainment came in at a very reasonable $32 US, and this just covered a few entrance fees. Transportation wasn't cheap at over $500, but this gave us the freedom of a car for just $15 a day, totally worth it in our opinion. Dining out was almost $350, and quite frankly, we would have dined out a lot more if we could have, but like we said, the pickings were a little slim in low season. Groceries were just $360. And of course, the big ticket item are Airbnb. So by local standards, our apartment was outrageously expensive. But as slow travelers, we felt that our spend was very comfortable for our budget, coming in at just $1,400. The view was totally worth it. So the total amount that we spent for a full month here in Sarande was $2,700. Now, that's how much we spent enjoying the great outdoors on the Albanian Riviera. If you're looking for more of the big city vibe, then you should check out our month in Tirana. That's a buzzy city with lots to see and new restaurants popping up all the time. And I think we tried them all. So you can get the full scoop on what we did and what we spent in the next video right here.